Hi everyone, apa khabar? One of the biggest difference between Malay and English is usage of articles, the or in English. So in general, in Malay, there are no articles used in sentences. So how do we translate English sentence into Malay without articles? That's what we want to look at in this lesson. Let's look at these two sentences. She is in the room. The house is empty. So how would you say this in Malay? A simple guideline is if the is in the subject, then we use the word tu, which means that. If it's not in the subject, we don't need to add anything to the noun. So looking at the two examples earlier, she is in the room and the house is empty. The second sentence has the in the subject. The house is empty. We change this to that house is empty, which in Malay is rumah tu kosong. Rumah tu kosong. The first sentence, the is not in the subject, but is part of the predicate or the object. The subject of the sentence is she. So in this case, because the is not part of the subject, you can keep it simple by just saying dia dalam bilik. Dia dalam bilik. If you are referring to a specific room, then you can say dia dalam bilik tu. Of course, this also means she is in that room. So it's easier if the accompanies a noun in the subject. You can just use tu in Malay. What about this one? The robber climbed the wall. So the robber is the subject in this case. And robber in Malay is pencuri. Pencuri. To climb is panjat. And a wall is dinding. Pencuri tu panjat dinding. Pencuri tu panjat dinding. So if you want to say pencuri tu panjat dinding tu, the sentence meaning changes slightly, becomes the robber climbed that wall, or that robber climbed that wall. Another example, how do you say my bag is in the car? So the article the is not in the subject. The subject here is my bag. So the sentence in Malay is bag saya dalam kereta. Bag saya dalam kereta. If the sentence is bag saya dalam kereta tu, the meaning in English changes slightly to my bag is in that car. However, take note that if the noun can be a proper noun, we don't need to add tu behind the noun. For example, the sun, the moon, the prime minister. So these are nouns that can be considered to be proper nouns or common nouns. There's only one sun in our solar system, and our planet has one moon. Or in a country, there probably be only just one prime minister. So these are specific to the object or the noun itself. So because of that, we don't really say that sun or that moon or that prime minister. For example, the moon is bright tonight. Bulan terang malam ni. So we don't need to say bulan tu terang malam ni because we're not saying that moon is bright tonight. Alright, so a second way to convey the article the in Malay is using yang. So this is in particular if the noun or subject comes with an adjective. For example, the blue bicycle. That in Malay would simply be basikal yang biru. Basikal yang biru. What about the brave soldier? So imagine if there is a book or a movie titled The Brave Soldier. In Malay, it would be Askar yang berani. Askar yang berani. What about the old clock? Jam yang lama. Jam yang lama. So how would you say the big dog crossed the road? A dog in Malay is anjing. To cross is lintas. And a road or street is jalan. So the subject here is the big dog. So in Malay that would be anjing besar tu. The full sentence is anjing besar tu lintas jalan. Anjing besar tu lintas jalan. So of course this also means that big dog crossed the road. And also if you want to say anjing yang besar tu lintas jalan, is that correct? The answer is yes, that is also correct. Okay, so in formal Malay, instead of using the word tu, you would mostly see the word tersebut. Tersebut. So this is more common in news reports, for example, and the word actually is meant to be used as the referred or the mentioned. So looking at the previous example, the robber climbed the wall. In news reports, you may hear this said as pencuri tersebut panjat dinding. Pencuri tersebut panjat dinding. So a direct translation in English would be along the lines of the mentioned robber climbed the wall. Alright, so that's the article the. In our next lesson, we will look at the article or an.